Ever find your bass sounding muddy, weak, or just plain disappearing in your mix? You want that bass to hit hard, feel solid, and drive your track. But achieving that punch and clarity can be a challenge. In this video, we're diving deep into practical techniques to sculpt bass that truly cuts through, without overwhelming your mix. Get ready to transform your low end from flabby to fierce. First, let's clean up and define your low end with precise EQ. Start by applying a high-pass filter, around 20 to 40 Hz, to remove inaudible rumble and free up headroom. Next, identify and cut muddy frequencies, often found between 200 to 400 Hz, to create clarity. Finally, boost around 60 to 100 Hz for the fundamental weight of your bass, and a subtle boost between 800 Hz to 1 kHz to enhance its presence and articulation. Remember to make complementary cuts in other instruments if they occupy the same frequency ranges as your bass, to avoid competition. Next, let's control your bass dynamics with targeted compression to achieve a consistent and punchy sound. A moderate ratio of 3:1 to 5:1 is a great starting point. For attack, use a slower setting, around 20 to 40 milliseconds, to let the initial transient of each note punch through before the compressor engages. Set your release time between 100 to 250 milliseconds, ensuring the compressor recovers before the next bass note hits, preventing a squashed sound. Plugins like the Waves CLA2A or FabFilter Pro C2 are excellent choices for this task. To give your bass more character and ensure it's heard on smaller speakers, introduce saturation. Saturation adds harmonic content, making the bass sound richer and perceived as louder, without increasing its actual peak volume. You can apply saturation across the whole bass track, or for more control, use a multi-band saturator, like FabFilter Saturn II or Isotope Ozone Exciter, to target specific frequency ranges. Experiment with gentle saturation on the low mids, around 150 to 500 Hz, to add warmth and a subtle growl, helping the bass cut through without becoming muddy. For a solid, powerful low end, it's crucial to keep your bass frequencies mono. Our ears can't effectively distinguish the direction of very low frequencies, so having them in stereo can lead to phase cancellation issues, especially on club systems or when played in mono. Use a utility plugin or a stereo imager like Isotope Ozone Imager, or even Ableton's utility to collapse frequencies below 100 to 150 Hz to mono. This anchors your low end, creates more headroom for other elements, and ensures your bass translates well everywhere. Finally, enhance the initial impact of your bass notes using a transient shaper. This tool allows you to boost the attack portion of the sound, making each note pop and adding punch without affecting sustain, making the bass hit harder and feel more defined. Plugins like SPL Transient Designer or Waves Smack Attack are excellent for this. Apply a subtle boost to the attack and, if needed, slightly reduce the sustain to tighten up the note, preventing it from ringing out too long and muddying the mix. This technique adds that extra snap that defines a truly punchy bass. A common mistake is mixing bass in solo. Always mix your bass in the context of the full mix, especially with the kick drum, to ensure they complement each other instead of clashing. Listen on various playback systems, headphones, studio monitors, car stereo, and even phone speakers, to guarantee your punchy bass translates well across all environments. What sounds great in your studio might not elsewhere.